you're on an adventure, remote working, or heading on a road trip, just plug it in. There's plenty of power for all your gear. Run multiple devices at once. 1, 2, or even 10. And there's room for one more. When you stop for a break, you'll both be recharged. At least 3,000 times. EcoFlow River 2 Series. Power never been this easy.
That's right. When the power goes out, the EcoFlow stays on. So you can power up all of your devices, like your cell phone, like your television, even your refrigerator. Today, we're going to introduce this to you at the lowest price we have ever offered in the history of HSN. This is EcoFlow. It is the #1 power station brand in America today. It's our #1 power station brand here at HSN. And now, they're taking over the world, one country at a time. EcoFlow is in more than 160 countries around the world. So I love bringing you the best name in backup power. And I also want to introduce you to the River Max. What we're doing today is unheard of. In fact, no one has this price. We have the lowest price we've ever offered. We also have the lowest price that we have found. For the first time ever, back in a year, we have the River 2 Max Power Station. Very lightweight, very compact, very portable, weighs less than 15 pounds, something you can carry wherever you go. We've got the Power Station River Max 2 at $279.99. We're talking 40% off or $200 off if you want just the River 2 Max. But I have a better idea. You could get over 55% off our regular retail price if you purchase our bundle. And our bundle includes the River Max 2, and it includes the solar panel, and it includes this really cool high-tech carrying case, which also is a backpack. It's padded to protect your investment. And let me kind of explain why this is the best value of all. Just the backpack on its own goes for $79. But it's only $90 more to get the entire bundle, including the solar panel. So really, it's like getting the solar panel for $10. And we offer the solar panels on their own. They're usually in several $100 price range. Today, it's like getting the solar panel for $10. So which one is it gonna be? I hope you get the bundle. I hope you get the lowest price ever. And I hope you tune in, because if you've ever experienced a power outage, you know how stressful that can be. You can know how uncertain you can feel about taking care of your family or reaching out to mom and dad. Mom, do you have power? Dad, are the lights still on? What if everyone in every home, every townhouse, every condo, every apartment building had access to backup power? That's the convenience of the River 2 Max. This is not a generator. A generator, what do you have to worry about? The gas, the fumes, you need oil, you need to keep it outside, you need to keep it in the garage. You can't bring your generator inside. In fact, I live in a condo, and I don't think my condo board is going to appreciate me running a gas generator on my tiny little 3x5 patio. But what can I do? What can I do for peace of mind? A little tailgating, whether it's an evacuation or I'm just having fun camping at the beach or a backyard barbecue. For extra power at your fingertips, grab the EcoFlow River 2 Max. We have the lowest price anywhere. I just have one more thing that I'm very concerned about. This is selling out very quickly today. I know it's the moment that you all have been waiting for. Gosh, I've been needing a backup power system. I've been waiting for the right time and the right price. This is the #1 brand at the lowest price anywhere and the best value in the country. So jump in on that bundle. I'm afraid that's going to be the first to go. You are going to get flexible payments. You can space them out over the next 5 months, interest-free. If you purchase the offer with the bundle, you'll also receive financing. That's interest-free financing for a year on your HSN credit card. Another good reason to jump in and join the party here during our Customer Appreciation Month. The other great reason to pick it up today is there is free shipping. So we're going to get this right out to you. So I want to introduce you to Justin Hyatt, our expert who has been bringing us EcoFlow here for 7 years. He's spent more than a decade with you on television, bringing you the best in electronics and household products. But this is one I highly recommend, and I'm sure you do too, Justin, because this is not sort of a wish anymore. This is really a need no matter what area of the country that we're living in, whether it's hurricanes or forest fires or floods or power outages due to rain or sleet or snow. There's a good chance we're going to lose power. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, Justin. And EcoFlow always delivers.
They do. And look, it's the good and it's the bad. It's for the good times and for the bad times. I can't think of a lot of different things that you could pick up today that could handle the good times and the bad times. It's that insurance policy. It's really that backup plan. It is knowing, when we talk about peace of mind, that it's something that I will absolutely use, but it's always going to be there. It's that travel companion, even more so now, because this weighs less than 14 pounds. This is one of our most lightweight, and it's the best value. We talk about the best time to get it. Of course, I know so many of you wait for it to be at today's special, but you know the best time to get prepared? It's today. Why? Because we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. We can only control what we can control. I love being able to control my EcoFlow and being able to have something that weighs less than 14 pounds. Power should always be accessible, but it's not. It's also not always ready and available. But with your EcoFlow, it's accessible, it's available, and it's power where you want it and when you want it. Because you know what? We don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know when it's going to happen. But Sarah, you said it. It's a matter of if, not a matter of when. That power goes out. And you know what? We talk about power going out as if, well, it's from a storm. But you know what it could be? It could simply be from, well, maybe it was high wind. Maybe it was that one little squirrel who said today's going to be the day. All we need to do is press that one touching button, a few seconds. Now I've got light and I got a fan. Do you see what I did? But what didn't I do? I didn't have to worry about going outside. I didn't have to worry about going to the garage. I didn't have to worry about that prep for a generator or for a propane generator or get the gas. What you're also seeing right now is not only my light and my fan, but what does this represent? Simplicity. Everything that I just did, you can do, and you will do. And it's something that I'm running inside of my house, and all I did was press one button. That's it. I want you to see light, I'm not in a dark home, fan, I'm not in a hot home. And what you're also going to notice as well is that it's going to tell me basically my own whole rundown of exactly what is running right now. It's biometrics, right? We wear our different kind of smart watches that tells us what's happening with us, but right now it's going to tell us 10 hours, it's going to tell us our percentage, and it's going to calculate from our wattage exactly how long it's going to run all of that for. Now, what we were directly comparing to what? Well, of course we're going to directly compare to a gas and propane generator. Well, you know what I would have to do? I'd have to be outside, which, Sarah, you were just saying it. If I live in an apartment or condo, I cannot own and or run a gas or propane generator, but I can run my EcoFlow. And just optics and visuals, when you look at that generator in front of me, does it look intimidating? And do you have enough gas? Can you store gas? Is that something that you would say to yourself, you know what, in an emergency and extreme anxiety, I'd have no problem running that? No. But you know what you would be able to be comfortable running? Your EcoFlow, and you do it again in the comfort of your home. We have a light, we got a fan. I want to show you again, we talk about portability. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to unplug the fan, unplug the light. I'm going to come over here really quick, unless I'm completely tangled up here. And I want to walk over to my refrigerator. And I want you to see, look what I'm doing. One hand, light, fan. I'm going to walk over to my refrigerator. I'm going to set down the fan here in just a second. But I want you to consider, you know, if we had power right now, or if we needed power right now for a full-size refrigerator, what would be your plan? Would you be able to do exactly what I'm about to do, which is keep my fan plugged in, walk over to my refrigerator, and then just plug it in? You know what, again, I didn't do? I did not stress. There are certain things that we have in our life that we get prepared for. We have food, we have water. Do you know what we need? We need power. And we all are the same exact breed. We are all reliant on power. Now you have a choice. You have an option that never existed before, and something that weighs less than 14 pounds. And Sarah, at the best value that we've ever had before.
I'm just thinking, we talk about how much our groceries cost. Look at the price of our EcoFlow. If this just saves you a refrigerator and a freezer full of groceries, doesn't it kind of pay for itself? Maybe the very first time you use it. And here's the great thing, it keeps working. This is your backup plan. This is your insurance policy. You can use this over and over and over and over again. You can recharge it as many times as you need to. If you're getting the option with the solar panel, you don't even need to get power back to recharge it, because you can actually keep the power flowing with the solar panel that's going to harness the rays of the sun. So here's what's happening. We sold over 11,000 of these today. We do not have that many left. This is our most limited opportunity we've ever had on an EcoFlow. And Justin and I were chatting before the show. As far back as we can remember, we have never, ever offered an EcoFlow under $300. So this is the moment I know a lot of you have been waiting for. This is such a great decision. If you have been through a hurricane or a flood or a forest fire, you know how stressful those moments can be. What am I doing? In Florida here, we've had 2 major hurricanes in the last year. All you're doing is refreshing the app over and over again. Where's the wind? Where's the waves? Where's the tide? If you have followed forest fires, like my family and I have in Colorado, we're checking where's the smoke? Where's the flames? What direction is it moving? How fast is it moving? Where is my home? If you live in a rural area and you know that it's going to be a while before power is restored due to a simple power line going down, this is your best option, whether you're in a cottage, a cabin, you're in an RV, or you just want to have something fun to take camping and be able to power up all of your devices. I've been camping. Let me tell you where everyone goes as soon as they arrive to the campground. They go in the one little shared kitchen, the little hut, and everybody tries to plug their phone in the same exact electric jack. And then everybody's, of course, left out in the cold because not everybody can access all of those ports and outlets. This is your chance to have everything you need with you, so you are independent, so you are in control. Keep this in the back of your car. If you travel a lot in mountains or some exposed weather areas, you might want to be able to plug in a heated blanket. Are you stranded on the side of the road? You could have heat, you could have power. Because what happens when we drive? If you run out of gas, you can't run your car to charge up your phone. These are the little things we need to think about in life. Have a new driver out on the road, make sure they have an EcoFlow. Have someone new just graduating from college, going into their first apartment, get them an EcoFlow. Worried about mom and dad? You can't get to grandma and grandpa quickly if there is a storm or a power outage. You don't want them to not be able to plug in their phones, their televisions, their computers, their routers, or even a CPAP machine. Maybe you know someone who needs to keep the baby's milk refreshed in the refrigerator. These are the important things we rely on every day: our medications, our machines, our technology, our ways of communicating. These are the best prices we have ever offered in the history of HSN. And let me just kind of break it down for you, because there's a couple things that are crossed out on the television screen that I want to draw your attention to. If all you want is the EcoFlow right now, this is by far the lowest price we've ever done. It's about $200 off, which makes it 40% off the regular price. $279 just for the EcoFlow, worth every penny, never been seen before. We will not repeat this offer with our limited quantities. And also, with them going very, very quickly, most of you are saying yes to the bundle. Let me draw your attention to the bundle. What are you getting if you say yes to the bundle? You get the EcoFlow. You also get this great, fabulous carrying case / backpack, which on its own is $79, $80 value right there. But you're also getting a solar panel. This is an $849 trio right here. It's $849. Regular price for the solar panel, the EcoFlow, and the bag. You are getting nearly $500 off the price if you purchase the bundle. So the bundle, by far the best value. Honestly, with the price of the bag, it's like getting the solar panel for free. So I want to encourage you, if you've had this on your wish list, if you know this could relieve any amount of stress or tension during these unpredictable events, this would be something that you could tuck under the bed, you could have in the closet, you could keep in the back of your car, and it would always be there with you. But you have to make your decision quickly. These are selling out. We will not be able to do something like this ever again. These are one of our most important decisions that we make to protect our family, and I think you're going to be absolutely thrilled. So I'm so glad you're watching right now. I'm going to give you an update here, and I'm going to make sure we have enough to get us through the hour. 078870 is your item number. You can take advantage of flexible payments. We take all major credit cards. So if you're new to HSN, come on, there's never been a better time to get the EcoFlow. This is a huge national brand. We offer free shipping. We offer money-back guarantee. We, of course, offer that wonderful technology. If you just want to scan that QR code, you can open up the camera app on your smartphone, tap the link, it'll take you right there. You can also order on our website, hsn.com. Go right to our homepage and you'll see it right there. Pick the offer with the bundle and you will be saving more. I'm always looking for the best value myself as a consumer, so I always like to pass on the savings to you. Nearly $500 off if you choose the bundle. So let us get this out to you, and we'll walk you through all the ways you can use it and all the ways that you can also have fun with this unit as well. So Justin, give us a tour, because we can plug in 11 different devices, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, and again, when we look at the even form factor on this, now again, we're going to compare directly to a gas and or propane generator, of course, right? But when you look at this, something that is so compact, we can pack so many different ports onto our power station. On the very front right here, we've got 4 AC outlets, 2 of which are 3-prong AC outlets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have multiple USB-A ports and our USB-C. We've also got our DC adapter right here and this barrel port. So if any of you have ever gone camping and you look at any of those kind of camping appliances, they run on those DC barrel ports. Now I want to go back and draw your attention right here to that USB-C port. That USB-C port is an input and output. For any of you who have gotten any new phones and or tablets, you know that all of the new cables are USB-C to USB-C. That same cable that you charge your phone with, you can use to charge your EcoFlow River 2 Max. So if you are traveling and you forget your cable to plug in your River 2 Max, that's okay. Use that same cable that you use to charge your phone to charge your River 2 Max. Now here's the other great thing. How long does it take for you to charge your phone? Would you say roughly about an hour? This has brand new battery technology inside of it. It's the same type of battery array system that you're going to find in some of the most advanced electric vehicles that are out on the roads right now today. You're getting that same type of technology inside of your EcoFlow. Now, here's the other thing. This is not just a glorified battery. This is a computer. Now, when I say a computer, there are so many battery management systems that are built into this, preventing from overheating, from overcharging, anything that you even have plugged in. So this is pure sine wave technology. When you have anything plugged into your generator and your generator starts to run out of power, it starts to have this influx of power. What that does is it can actually fry a lot of your electronics. Any bit of power that is sent from your River 2 to any of your other devices that are plugged in is the only exact amount of power that those devices need. Okay, I talked about recharging this. We used to say when you plugged in your River 2 or any of our other rivers that it would take you an hour to charge this from 0 to 80%. Now, we have the fastest recharge we've ever done before. It is 0 to 100% in an hour. That is unbelievable. That's why I was comparing when you think about how long does it take to charge your phone, yet this can power a coffee maker, a light, a fan. It's a battery for your other batteries. It's a battery for your refrigerator. That just goes to show you when we talk about technology. Here's the other thing that's really amazing. 4 things that I want you to consider. The first 3 are, this charges faster, as I just said. It's lighter weight than its predecessor, and it's going to last you even longer than any power station that we've had before because we have those new LFP batteries. We used to have something that was roughly about 300 life cycles. And for you, going back to cell phones, when your cell phone battery dies, and this goes for any battery out there in existence, they have limited life cycles. Ours used to have 300. We now have 3,000 life cycles, meaning when I deplete this and recharge it, it would take me 10 years every day, 10 years, to only be able to recharge my power station from 0 all the way to 80%. That means you have 10 years. What happened in the past 10 days? What happened in the past 10 months? What happened in the past 2 years? So when you're getting this as an investment, you're investing in the next 10 years of your life. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone what's going to happen in the next 10 years. So I love talking about that. That also means it's not a 2-year warranty anymore. It's a 5-year warranty with your power station. And here's the other thing. It is all about simplicity. When you're getting this, yes, can it give you peace of mind? But here's the additional peace of mind, that all it takes is one touch of a button to turn it on and to turn it off. There is no kind of learning curve. There's no setup and or prep other than making sure that your power station is fully charged. And here's the other great thing about having that ability to charge it fast. If you're sitting there right now and all of a sudden you get that alert on your phone that says, hey, in an hour, there's going to be some severe thunderstorms, make sure that you take shelter. You will be able to recharge this in enough time in just a pinch. I love that. And again, all the different things. We had a light, we have a fan, we had a refrigerator. How about plugging in an induction burner? I'm just going to set this up really quickly. We talk about seasonalities. Well, you know what? seasons bring different weathers, whether it's high wind, cold weather, hot inclement weather, which we're going to experience right now. You will now be able to keep yourself warm throughout the winter, cook your food, and doing it inside, whether it's in a tent or in your apartment or in your home. How about, and we talk about this being liquid gold, your coffee, right? You know what? After 2 days of no power, what we're all thinking is, one, we could use a nice hot shower, and two, nice hot cup of coffee. Now you can actually use that cup of coffee. I'm cooking food with this induction burner right now. Take you right back down to the display really quickly if I can, because this is the best part. Talk about biometrics. It's knowing exactly what's happening with your power station and all your other devices. In fact, there's Bluetooth built in and Wi-Fi built into this power station. So if you want to download the app, and by the way, you do not need to, but this is just if you want to be able to remotely see what's happening, you'll be able to see exactly what it's saying on this display. It's showing you exactly how long I can use this induction burner for. It's telling me exact wattage off of the percentage that I have. So go tailgating. Go enjoy this in all the ways that you have not been able to take power where you want it, when you want it. And then you know what? Have that fail-safe, have that fallback, have that plan, knowing that you got the #1 brand when it comes to this disruptive world of power stations that is an additional choice that never existed before for backup power. For so many of you who say, I can't own a generator, Justin, what do? Own an EcoFlow.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna ask you yes or no questions, Justin. Are you ready?
Yes.
Could I take this to a picnic at the beach?
You better.
I could play my music at the beach.
Absolutely.
I could blow up balloons for the kids or plug in the floaty toys or anything that I need to power up at the beach.
Floaties away.
Okay, could I take this hunting, camping, fishing?
Yes, and think about it, you throw it in the backpack that comes included that's designed specifically for your River 2 Max, so now you can even put more stuff in your backpack as you go camping and or hunting.
Could I take this tailgating and plug in all my cool hot plates to make all the fun kind of pre-game delights?
Tailgaters beware, because this is the best tailgate companion that you've ever had. We use it all the time. And I say tailgaters beware because people are going to stop at your tent and at your tailgate and they're gonna ask you, what is that? And now you get to do my job and tell them exactly where you got it and why they need it.
So I could plug in a blender and make margaritas by the pool.
You need the most portable blender ever created to man. Get an EcoFlow, get a NutriBullet. You'll be able to have your own personal margarita maker anywhere you want.
I love that. Could I have...
Plastic cups only by the pool, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, plastic cups only. Stay safe. What about a family reunion? You're gonna be outside and someone wants to plug in a microphone or a karaoke machine or...
PA system, speakers. We just had this really beautiful big Easter egg hunt with all the families and kids running around. How nice would it be to say, I'm gonna take the EcoFlow with me? Know what you would never say? Hey, honey, why don't we bring the generator with us? Nobody ever says that. But people will say, and they have for 7 years now, let's grab our EcoFlow and take that with us.
Yeah, because now you're gonna have access to power wherever you are. You don't need to like run a big extension line. You don't have to find out, does the pavilion, does the picnic area, does maybe that little area at your favorite park, do they have power? You bring the power. Throw it in the back of your car. So I could have the best graduation party. I could have the most awesome Mother's Day brunch on the patio. I could take Dad camping for Father's Day. This is a great gift idea. Know someone who's graduating, maybe they're gonna take to the road or maybe they're gonna go do some exploring, whether it's away from home or you want this peace of mind, this little extra insurance policy in your very own home. There has never been a better time. There has never been a better price. So I'm excited. We're getting really busy. Already more than half gone for the entire day. Now the most limited option is just the single. This is all you want is the EcoFlow. For the first time ever, we're gonna get you an EcoFlow under $300. As far back as I can remember, and I went through all of my EcoFlow notes, I've never presented an EcoFlow under $300. So this is a huge opportunity. It's $200 off, which is 40% off. This is the lowest price in the country. This is the lowest price you'll find on the River 2 Max, and we are super proud to be the home for EcoFlow nationwide here at HSN. We have a partnership that will top every other outdoor retailer out there. The other thing I highly recommend, I'm glad we have a few more of these. These are this is more popular, is our Trio, where you get the carrying case, where you get the solar panel, and you get the EcoFlow. So this is an let me check my notes, $849 value. If you were to buy all three of these separately, $849, it'd be worth every single penny because it gives you that backup power and helps you harness the power of the sun, and the travel backpack, $849 that you're getting for $369. This is nearly $500 off. That's over 55% off. This is like buy two for the price of one. This is like a buy one, get one free. A lot of you are ordering more than one. Maybe you're thinking, hey, I'd like one up north and I'd like one down south. Maybe you are a snowbird and you go from Florida to New York and you go back and forth every single season. Maybe you have a vacation home that loses power. We've got a cottage in the woods. It's a very old cottage. We don't get a lot of great power. And when the storms go through, we lose power during the summer. This is for a family cottage in the woods. This is for a beach home. This is for a little cabin. This is for your little weekend getaway. Also, people do travel with these. This could be in your RV. This could be in your camper. If you are traveling in one of those camper vans, very popular to go places in a camper van these days. I would recommend this to my sister and her husband, who are going to do a lot of kind of hashtag van life coming up this summer, because you want to have power at your fingertips. You don't want to rely on finding power at a campground. Maybe you're somewhere that's outdoors. Maybe you're just parked overnight at a park. How do you bring the power with you? You can instantly recharge it by plugging it in, or with the bundle, you can harness the rays of the sun, and you can have an uninterrupted flow of power with the solar panel, which is why that is the better buy. So here's my ask for you. If you're even thinking about this, of course, it's a holiday, so you may have plans coming up later with family and friends. Reserve yours now and make sure that you check out of your cart. We expect every single one of these to sell out. It's our most limited today's special that we've ever offered on an EcoFlow, and we are not doing another today's special on the River Max 2. This is our only day of this offer. So if it's in your cart, go ahead and check out. And then you have a couple different ways to finance it. So you can put this on 5 interest-free monthly payments. Very, very affordable. Guys, if you can help me out, show me the exact monthly payment again. Oh yeah, if you have VIP financing, it's only $30 and change a month. $30 a month if you put this on your HSN credit card. So, and then the regular flexible payments are, oh, there it is, right there at the bottom of your screen, which is too far away, but hopefully you have better eyesight than me, and you can read that at home. We'd love to get this out to you. I will tell you this, so we had all these hurricanes rolling through Florida last year, Justin, and I live in an apartment building. There's many units, and I have many friends there, and as everyone was preparing, we all asked each other, what are you doing? The hurricane is coming. Here's what everyone's answer was. Actually, we're good. We're going to stay here. We were not in a flood zone. We were in a very safe building, solid concrete, 8, 9, 12 floors up. A lot of them said to me, Sarah, I got my EcoFlow. I can stay home. I can stay right here. I'm in a safe place. And that made me so happy to hear my friends and my family say, don't worry, I think we'll be good. We're just going to hunker down right here. If you do have to evacuate, take your EcoFlow with you. There will not be that many outlets at the church or the school or the community center where you have to share a small space with hundreds and hundreds of people evacuating their home. So this is one of the best things any household could own. And I say that with a lot of care and consideration, but this is, our new reality is the uncertainty of weather. And I think, Justin, you know, even our friends in North Carolina, you probably never expected to see a hurricane and the intense force of the wind and the water and the floods hit your area with such devastation. So our hearts go out to you if you've been experiencing these incredible, you know, weather disasters over the last year or two. But wouldn't it be nice to know, okay, now I'm ready. I'm ready, because it's always when we least expect it, Justin. The power goes out and you may not have a plan. What's your plan?
Yeah, and you know what? Look, I've been mentioning this all day, but it's that relativity of what was, you know, relative a year ago or 5 years ago is still relative today. Everything that we've seen and or experienced before, and yeah, you know, in many ways it feels like it's even more relative now. And what's going to happen a year from now or 2 years from now? You know, these things, we still fall back on, again, what are we dependent on? We're dependent on each other, but we're also dependent on power. And, you know, power being even one of those things that we're more dependent on today than maybe we've ever been before. Whether you are dependent on medical devices and or CPAP machines, oxygen machines, CPAPs, nebulizers, maybe you need this as that backup power for some of your mobility scooters, all these different ideas that I keep talking about. These are not all my ideas. These are yours. And these are the ideas and reviews and comments and conversations that I've had over the nearly 10 years since we launched EcoFlow. And what product that has demand like it does today that continues to go up and prices that continue to go down? Not a lot, right? But we all need power. Right here I've got the CPAP machine. And you were just talking, well, we just never know. We just never know when power is going to go out. But we do know, well, we have to get prepared. And what is your plan? And do you have a plan? And I love this because often when you've ever watched, for instance, a Andrew Lessman presentation, right? He often says, whether you get it today or tomorrow, I want you to be educated. And that's what this is. This is purely all about deciding to be educated and make a plan. And I love that we get to do that with you because once you start to really understand, having a CPAP machine, having a nebulizer, this is a $700 investment. And we invest in these types of things because, not just because, well, maybe we need it, it's because we truly do need it. And so if you have sleep apnea, or if you know somebody who has sleep apnea, and that's the one thing that maybe is preventing you from that boat life, that van life, of going camping, well, it doesn't need to be that way anymore. Now you can have a CPAP machine running from your River 2 Max inside your tent, inside your RV. And again, we give you choices and options that never existed before, and choices and options from the #1 brand. When we launched EcoFlow, we were the only one at the time really creating these power stations that really pushed the limit. And we've continued to push the limit. And Sarah, you had mentioned it, in over 160 countries now. We started here in the United States. We launched here at HSN, and now we are in 160 different countries offering a variety of different products for different solutions and for every different person that all still need what? Power. CPAP machine right here, 10 to 11 hours with our CPAP machine, and we don't have to sit here and we don't have to wonder and we don't have to guess. It's going to tell you that exact number right here. Now it says 5 hours, you'll see right there. It just jumped up to roughly about 13. It'll probably level out at around maybe 12 to 11 hours. Even if it was 5 hours, wouldn't it be nice to know that we've got all of that different power right here, even if it's 6 hours, as you can see. 6 hours to know that that could be nearly a full night's sleep that I can make it through. Taking that power with me. Again, it's power where I need it, when I need it, for whatever that need might be, for fun and or emergency. Mini refrigerator, it could be a secondary refrigerator, it could be a deep freezer. It's about having the accessibility of power where power was not necessarily accessible before. Sitting right here on my lap, weighing less than 14 pounds. There you go. We've leveled out to roughly about 11 hours for that CPAP machine. Yet, CPAP machine can continue to run while I can plug my phone in. How about 2 phones? How about another lamp? How about that fan? All those different outlets still ready and available for me. Again, more accessibility. And if that was that generator, I only have 2 AC outlets. I don't have USB ports. I don't have an LCD display. It has to be outside my home. And now, what about this? We showed you a light, we showed you a fan. What about being able to use a portable air conditioning unit? Now I can use a portable AC. So if you have an apartment in a condo that has any of those, for instance, window units, use this to power up those window AC units. And yes, 10 years we talked about, and I'll mention it one more time. This is that new battery technology, meaning that you are investing in something that's going to last you at the very least 10 years if you deplete it and recharge this every single day. So the next 10 years, that's a lot of summers. That's a lot of winters. That's a lot of springs. It's a lot of Easters. Now you're going to be able to have this heating blanket for those times that you're cold. Or maybe it's on the boat and you want to warm up. Or maybe it's in that RV or that camper when you want to warm up. All the different things, all those different ideas, all those different options that you'd never had with just simply owning a gas or propane generator.
Yeah, and it's something that I think you're going to be so really excited about, and you'll be really, really pleased. This, I think, will exceed your expectations when you get it home and see all the different ways you can use it for fun and also for emergencies. This is everything that you need. In about 30 seconds, we're going to pause and try to process all of your orders. We're getting very, very busy. We're over half gone for the entire day, so we are counting you down. Limited quantities. Just the EcoFlow on its own, first time ever at this new low price. We have never done this price. No one can touch this price. We have the best price in the the country, $279. That's $200 off. I recommend the Trio, which is the bigger savings. It's nearly $500 off the regular price if you want to grab the Trio with the solar panel and that great carrying case. I mean, we sell the solar panels on their own for several $100s. It is like getting a solar panel for free when you purchase our EcoFlow River Max 2 bundle as our today's special. So never to be repeated. It's one day only. I hope you jump in, place your order online, go to hsn.com, make sure that you check out. And if you're curious, come on back. We'll go through the entire features one more time.
It's Customer Appreciation Month.
And you know what that means.
Every day in April, we are celebrating you.
With special offers for each day of the week.
It's our way of saying thank you.
We're going to spoil you with extra savings.
Plus, deals galore and more.
Don't you just feel the love?
Join us for a month of daily offers all April long.
Food has always been my passion, but the truth is, even in the world's best kitchens, the tools can really make or break a chef. That's why I've developed this incredible, innovative line for HSN. It makes the prep easy, and it also makes the cooking a whole lot of fun. From my kitchens to your tables. Let's turn the everyday into gourmet.
Spend the day embracing all things stylishly bright and breezy for summer. Don't miss our 24-hour summer style sneak peek event all day Thursday.
All right, happy Sunday, happy Easter. So nice to be with all of you. And it is Customer Appreciation Month here at HSN. So I probably should say it more frequently. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart here at HSN for inviting us into your home and for trusting us with some of your most considered purchases. And I'm always honored to be your personal shopper. My name is Sarah. I've been a part of many of your lives for over 20 years and here at HSN for 8 years. And I'm really thrilled that HSN is committed really to every single feature of this product. We're also committed to giving you the very best price. And we know what's happening out there in the world. We know what's happening at retail, and we know what the other retailers are doing. And some of them are raising prices. We are actually rolling our prices backward. We've presented this before at $469 and at $849. We have presented this before. It has never been $279, but today, as our today's special, which always has to be the best value of the day, it is. What are you getting? You're getting portable power. You're getting something that is convenient, that is lightweight. It's about as big as a toaster oven. So if you have room for a toaster oven, you have room for the EcoFlow. Let me show you this video. What are you gonna do with your EcoFlow? You're gonna plug in up to 11 different devices. Everything from your fan to your cell phone, a tablet. You could plug in a vacuum, a coffee maker, a microwave, maybe your CPAP machine, an oxygen machine, an ice maker, a toaster, a refrigerator. You can plug in a heated blanket, a television, your computer. You're going to stay connected even if you are off the grid, even if you have lost power. So it's like having your own little power station wherever you go. You're gonna take it camping, you're gonna take it to a backyard barbecue, you're gonna take it to a special event, a picnic, a parade, maybe a big family reunion at the beach, because wherever you are, you're gonna get the music, you're gonna get the fun, you're gonna be able to plug in the PA system, the games, and everything that you need to stay connected with your family and friends. But you also get a little insurance policy that when the power goes out, your lights stay on. And there's nothing more nerve-wracking than hearing that thunder, hearing and seeing that lightning crash and knowing the power is going out. Where am I going to find my candles? Where am I going to find that little flashlight or that battery-powered light? This means whatever you plug in stays on. We have an incredible offer, $200 off the EcoFlow, on its own, less than $300, lowest price ever. And we also have the bundle that includes the solar panel and this really cool traveling case, which is like an $80 value. This thing is a serious piece of luggage. It's beautifully made. It's all padded. It's got extra pockets. It even has backpack straps. If you want to take your EcoFlow with you, let's say you're hunting, camping, fishing, great idea for moms for Mother's Day, dads for Father's Day, whether it's entertaining at home or outdoors. You've got everything that you need. Because this is like an $80 value, and this EcoFlow with the solar panel bundle is only like $90 more than the EcoFlow on its own. It's honestly like getting the solar panel for free. And these go for several hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can buy just solar panels if you want, but I got a better idea. It's even a better value just to buy this EcoFlow Today Special. And then you get the power station included. So already going very quickly, I hope you have this in your cart. We have it on FlexPay. We have it on interest-free installments on your major credit card. I think they're what, $60, $70 a month. So super easy there. We also have VIP financing. So that's also really affordable, $30 a month. If you want to put this on your HSN credit card, interest-free payments over the next year, and you're good to go. The good news is we ship it to you right away, no matter how you pay for it. You will have this in about a week's time. You'll have this for June thunderstorms. You'll have this for July and August hurricanes. You'll have this for forest fires in August and September. You'll have this for any natural disaster or any power outage. And power outages can happen just with the threat of a forest fire. If you're in California, they have those rolling blackouts. And it may not be near you, but they might be turning off the power. Or maybe there's an overusage of all the air conditioners and you live in Texas and the power grid can't sustain the weight on its system. What happens? The power goes out. What's your backup plan? If you don't have a backup plan, here it is for a very small price today. This is the most affordable EcoFlow we've ever offered. It's the lowest price we've ever offered, and no one at retail can come close to touching this price. So we're thrilled. I'm so pleased that Justin is here to tell you all about it, because it's everything that you need, whether you're in an RV, Justin, an apartment, a condo, a townhome, maybe you have a 3-story house, or maybe you have a large estate or a castle. But it doesn't matter where you live, because if you lose power, it's no fun to not be without your phone and all your connective devices.
Nothing worse than being in a big, scary, dark castle with no power. You need an EcoFlow.
Even a princess needs some backup power.
Where's Scooby? You know what? Yes. You know, you need to consider that plan, right? When that power goes out and you're sitting here in the dark, what are we going to do? There's never a good time to be out of power. I always say, you know when the best time to be out of power is? Never, ever, right? There's never a good time. But there's always a good time to start preparing. You know, when we think about that moment where we truly feel vulnerable, it's when we don't feel prepared. And when we're not prepared, there is that feeling of, well, what do we need to do to get prepared for the next time? And often it is that reactionary type of experience. Right now, you have the ability to be very proactive. And so many people, and I can tell you, I've talked to many, wait for these today's specials because this is that best time. But it's always the best time to be considering when to get prepared and ready. This is convenience. This is power when it's convenient, where it is convenient, when you want it to be, where you want it to be. When you want to be outdoors, you've got power outdoors. When you want power in the bedroom, when you want power in the living room and or in the kitchen, you've got it. Whether it's areas of your home that simply don't have enough outlets, or maybe it's that coffee shop that just simply doesn't have enough outlets. And you decide, I'm going to bring this with my backpack. Sarah mentioned camping, glamping, going hunting, maybe it's going fishing, maybe it's going out on the boat, maybe it's taking power anywhere you want that you feel and deem is convenient. And I love that we give you the option to pick it up with the solar panel. Now here's what that means to you. Here's all of what you'd be getting if you're getting the bundle. You're gonna get the solar panel. You're gonna have the ability now to take this with you, even more accessibility because we have that backpack that, by the way, is made and designed specifically for your River 2s. This solar panel is gonna give you that ability to have true independence and that ability to recharge your power station wherever you are. You could be out tailgating right now, and that tailgating could be for the game or could be for a concert. And while you're out at the concert, you can throw this right there on the solar panel right there on the top of your roof of your car, and now you're charging your phones, you're charging up all the different devices, and yet you're still using your power station, because now what you also have is not only a way to recharge your power station, you have a solar generator. So essentially what you did is you grabbed your backpack, you threw some towels right here into the very top compartment, because this is actually split into 2 different compartments. It is extremely nice little roll top bag. I can open this up, tons of space here, and then this is a completely separate compartment where I go ahead and I go and put my EcoFlow right here. And one of the very cool things is because I actually take mine to the coffee shop, because for whatever reason, the coffee shop I go to is the hardest place to find an outlet. So you end up fighting and waiting for that one specific table that everybody decides to wait around. But now I don't even have to take my EcoFlow out. It actually can stay right in my bag, and I still get access to all those different ports right here. Yes, it only weighs 14.5 pounds, but it's nice to know that's even lighter weight when you can put it right there on your bag. You get the full system as soon as you pick up this bundle. A way to recharge, a way to have independence, and a way to have fun. There are not a lot of things. We even think about insurance policies. Insurance policies wait for, unfortunately, terrible things to happen. This is an insurance policy that doesn't wait for bad things. It waits for you to decide what you want to do for the good things, and yet it's still there for you in the bad. It's like, you know what? It's like that parent that says, no matter what, I'm still going to love you. Still going to love you. You never know what's going to happen. You need a plan. And we always talk about comparing even to what's right here next to me. Do you want what's right here in front of me, or do you feel comfortable what would be right here to the right of me, right? So many people, when you look at that, it looks intimidating. You say to yourself, there's no way, I'm not doing it. And so a lot of you, whether you live in an apartment or condo, I know Sarah, you do as well, and I did live in that high rise for a very long time, you can't own a generator as it is. That's not an option. Do you know what is an option for every single one of you who's watching right now, regardless of even if you own a generator? An EcoFlow. And even if you own a generator, there is no reason why you shouldn't also own an EcoFlow, because now instead of continuously using gasoline, I can conserve my gas, charge up my EcoFlow from 0 to 100% in an hour, and then use my EcoFlow to power 80% of everything that I have inside of my house. So now I don't have to go outside and check the gas over and over and over, or even go to the gas station in emergency where everybody else is. I have convenience, again, where and when I need it.
I love that, because you also brought up a really good point. It was almost impossible to get gas in Florida during a hurricane, because half the state is evacuating and half the state is filling up every car that they have with a full tank of gas, and they're driving out of the direction of the storm. So even if you have a generator, maybe you couldn't get gas for it. So what's your backup plan? Also, if you have a generator, you can't bring it inside. It's very dangerous. You have to leave it a certain distance away from the home. This is something you can bring inside, whether you have an apartment, a condo, a townhome, or you live in a single family home, you have a duplex. This is how easy it is to take around. Hey, I got the EcoFlow. Does anybody want an EcoFlow? Actually, my handbag weighs more than this EcoFlow. So let's say I wake up, the power's out. I can put this in the kitchen. I can make my coffee. I can blow dry my hair. I can make an egg on a hot plate. I can do all the things I want to do. I can even plug in the refrigerator and save the several $100s worth of groceries that are in my refrigerator or my freezer. The other thing I can do is later in the day, I can put it in the living room. Then I can plug in my television. I can plug in my laptop, my router, my cell phone. I can make sure I'm connected. I can find out what's happening. Why have we lost power? Who's getting the power restored? How long do I have to figure out life like this? And then later in the evening, I can take my EcoFlow into the bedroom and I can plug in a bedside table lamp. I can plug in a CPAP machine or my alarm clock or my cell phone or anything else I need right there at the bedside. But right now, this is the best time to think about getting an EcoFlow. In all the years that you've been here, we've been here, what, 7 years with EcoFlow? This is the #1 national brand, our #1 brand in portable power here at HSN. They're in more than 160 countries. They are the leader. This is the brand that you know. This is the brand that you trust. This is the brand that repeats here at HSN every single season, but we only do a River Max Today special once a year. This is only happening once a year. Today's the day. This is the lowest price we've ever offered. We have offered this unit in the past, Where others are raising their prices, we're actually lowering our prices. We know how important value is to you at home. We know that you're looking for the best value on important products that you never regret purchasing, because it's always going to be your backup plan. And I love that for you, that you always have something to reach for, whether it's a power outage or you need to go outside and have a good time and plug in the music. This is your party station in a box. This is your portable power station in a box. So it's $200 off if all you want is the EcoFlow. By itself, we've never done an EcoFlow under $300, as far back as Justin and I can remember. Then we're offering you the Trio. And the good news is the Trio is the most popular, and I'm really glad, because it also is the biggest savings. It's more than, actually nearly $500 off if you break it down. This is an $849 value. $849 if you want all three of these, the EcoFlow, the solar panel, and the travel case. You're gonna get nearly $500 off the price. So really, it's like a buy one, get one free. If you want 2 EcoFlows, you could get 2 now for the price of 1. That's incredible. I don't think we've ever done 55% off an EcoFlow. It's like getting a free solar panel, honestly, really, with the price of the bag, because that's $80 on its own, and the entire bundle, it's only $90 more than our today's special. But here's what you need to do right now. You need to drop this in your cart and check out. Even though we have more of the bundle is the most popular option, and we are losing quantities very, very quickly. 078870. How do you order? You go to hsn.com. Always the fastest way. You can scan that QR code that's at the bottom of your screen. That's also an easy way. You just hold it up like you order off the menu, or you pay for parking, you scan that QR code, you tap the link, and boom, it takes you right there. You choose how you want to pay, flexible payments on your major credit card, or you can use the HSN card, $30 a month. For $30 a month, you get something that will always be there for you. Instant and easy to recharge in less than an hour, or have uninterrupted flow of power with this incredible solar panel. It comes with a 5-year warranty. This is not here today and gone tomorrow. We want you to have something that lasts. And when you can find the best, incredible national brand, you got the best brand at the best price, with the best value, you've got everything you need to make a really great decision. So I encourage you, drop this in your cart right now and think about someone you love. Is it mom? Is mom living alone? Is dad living alone? Do you have someone who lives in a rural area? Do you have kids that you're worried about going out on their own? Think about every member of your family, because every household should have a backup plan. And if you don't have a plan for when the power goes out, EcoFlow is the answer. Now, I might not be riding camels in Morocco, Justin, but if I was, I think I'd take the EcoFlow.
I have obviously made terrible decisions in my life, because why am I not on a camel in Morocco?
Yes.
Where have I gone wrong? You know, I love this, because yes, it shows the most extreme things. Of course, it could be on the cliff, which you will not see me anywhere near a cliff on anything. I am not somebody who loves heights. I'm the person who gets the window seat on the plane and closes the window and pretends I'm on a train. Wherever you might be, okay, and for whatever reason you might be getting power, we are all the same in that. We all need power. We all need food, we all need water, we all need power, and today and tomorrow we're going to be more and more reliant on power. We don't want to feel susceptible to the infrastructure around us, and maybe, you know what, hey, by the way, we're going to have to turn your power off because we have to be proactive. I wanted to come into the kitchen. Of course, I can get set up on the kitchen island, but I wanted you to see and consider, you know what, how many of us have these stackable ovens, right? Well, what happens when we're out of power? How am I going to use one of these stackable ovens? I've got my induction burner on right now. Now, this could be that I set it up in the living room. I could have set this up anywhere. I'm setting it up in the kitchen. I moved it simply from just carrying it from that island and setting it up right here. And just to compare, right, at some point in time, although we might have an oven, we might not be able to use it. How are we going to cook that food? How are we going to be able to heat that food up? Sarah, you do a great job of even talking about so many of these new mothers and being able to heat up even just that baby formula. These are things that, again, these are not just ideas that we come up with on a whim. These are ideas that you have all given us. One touch of a button, I can feel that heat coming off of it right now. I could put a frying pan on here and I can have eggs. I can have bacon for breakfast. I can still have enough power to make some sandwiches. I can make whatever I want right here on this induction burner. And then I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to turn this off really quickly here. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to just, again, pick it up and carry it over here to the refrigerator. 15 pounds, or excuse me, less than 14 pounds, 13 and a half pounds. Come right over here. We got a full-size refrigerator. We talked about this as well. It's hard to leave the house and come back home without spending at least $30, right? I mean, what's gas right now? What's food right now? How nice would it be to, again, if you just got this specifically for your refrigerator? We talk about investments. How much money would you be protecting right now? And what are you protecting? You're not just protecting money when it comes to food. You're protecting the thing that sustains us, food and water. So now I can come right over here to this refrigerator, the same thing that I was just using to cook food with, and plug it right here, and in 2 seconds, immediately I've got lights right here and power to my refrigerator. The money that we've invested in food, again, because we need it, but then what about the medicine that we might have here? It could be those probiotics. It could be like my sister who is type 1 diabetic. I mention her every single presentation for the past 7 years. In fact, talk about 7 years, she was probably just getting into high school at the time. Now she's in college. You know what, 7 years, this will last you 10. She could have gone through high school and gone through college and still had 2 more years to be able to use her power station. She has it at her new apartment as well because she needs to be able to keep that insulin cool. All these different things, you need to have a plan. You know what? Why not get one of the most accessible and easy to carry, because that's what has truly made this one of our customer picks and so popular. Why we wanted to make sure we brought it back as a TS again is because, you know what? At less than 14 pounds and still powerful enough to be able to power 80% of your home appliances, well, if I need a plan, I want to go and I want to fall back on the #1 reputation when it comes to EcoFlow being the #1 brand.
I love what you just said, Justin, because I'm thinking about all those reasons to have a backup power system. For a lot of us, for our family, it's not a want, it's a need. You need your medications. You need your CPAP machine. You need to keep something warm or cool, or you might need a heated blanket to get through a winter, maybe a winter night or two without heat, or you need a fan to keep you cool in the summer. It can be very dangerous to be in a very hot climate without AC. It can be very dangerous to be somewhere in winter without something to keep you warm. So when you think about all the reasons to pick up this EcoFlow, they're really needs for our family, needs for our survival, and needs for our comfort every single day. It's an insurance policy that you will never regret making a small investment in. There has never been a better time to get an EcoFlow. And I can say that with all the confidence in the world. We have never, ever done an EcoFlow at this price as a today's special. This is